let's keep our sights on the most important question. What is going to be best for the children, Colleen and Brian Cooper? Is it best to keep them with the people they call their family?
With its groundbreaking storyline and strong female protagonist, Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman, revolutionized television in the 1990s and became one of the most adored shows of the decade. Dr. Quinn, Sully, and the rest of the popular characters have been a mystery to fans since the program ended in 1998. As we delve into the lives of the program's stars, what they did after the show ended, and where they are now, you could be in for some shocking revelations. Jason Leland Adams. Famous for his depiction of the third character, Preston A. Lodge, a wealthy, ambitious, and ethically troubled banker, Jason Leland Adams maintained his place in viewers' thoughts. While the program was running for 6 seasons, Jason really came into his own as an actor. His versatility as a performer is on full display in his many off-screen and on-screen roles, which have contributed to his impressive resume. This should come as no surprise, given that he has a background in theatrical acting and design, and he continues to work in this field to this day. When Dr. Quinn was in its 4th season, Jason became a cast member and stayed until the program ended in 1998. The third main character, Preston A. Lodge, was a stark contrast to the rest of the cast and created rivalries within the close-knit town of Colorado Springs, where the program was placed. Viewers were shown a guy whose ambitions for wealth and fame were magnified by Jason's portrayal of the part, even as he concealed his inner fears and yearned for the esteem of his fellow citizens. Following the show's conclusion, Jason kept working in television, but he also followed in the creative footsteps of his fellow cast members by appearing in guest appearances on programs like Frasier. Eventually, though, he returned to his roots in theater and started producing stage musicals. His lifelong love of the stage has never wavered, and he has been an integral part of the creation and directing of several plays. He was well respected for his versatility as an artist, since he also painted and designed sets. Even if he is no longer an A-list actor, he is very much still involved in the business. His contributions behind the scenes have ensured that he will always be a major player in the creative community. He has shown his love for movies on stage and in film by moving from acting to directing and producing. As Preston, the ambitious banker who questioned the moral code of the Colorado Springs people, he will forever be remembered by his followers. Erica Flores. Erica Flores is a former American child actress who played the role of Colleen Cooper in Dr. Quinn. As the first child actor to portray the role, she departed the program midway through its 3rd season. She was known as Medicine Woman. She enjoyed considerable success as a child performer, and the show's devoted audience adored her. Among the Cooper children, Erica portrayed Colleen, the firstborn. Throughout her 2.5 seasons on the show, her exceptional talent and profound emotional range astound viewers, considering her tender years. It was widely speculated as to why she abruptly left the program during the 3rd season, which caused many to wonder. Shortly after she left the program due to contract difficulties, it became public knowledge that her father had been attempting to negotiate an absurdly high sum with the executives of the television show. Although the character was recast to a younger actress, many early viewers of the show were never able to get over Colleen Cooper's replacement. Upon departing the program in 1995, Erica made it clear that she wanted to test the waters of other television series, play a variety of roles, and experience the industry without the pressure of long-term commitments. Walker, Texas Ranger, and The Pretender were just a few of her subsequent hit TV series. Among her many other television appearances include guest stars on Star Trek, House, CSI Miami, Visions of Murder, and countless more. Erica, unlike her previous work with Colleen Cooper, inhabited a number of personas in several programs without necessarily committing to one for an extended duration. About 3 years after she wed Tim Burton, another child actor, she formally gave up. Many child actors of her generation chose to step away from the spotlight as soon as they were able to, putting their personal development, family, and education first after spending so much of their formative years in the spotlight. Hanging up her boots was a common choice for those who were exposed to fame and wealth at a young age. Fans still hold Erica in high esteem because of her part in Dr. Quinn, the medicine woman's early seasons, even if her career was brief. Despite her departure from the film business, she remains in touch with her admirers through social media. It is difficult to ascertain her actual activities following her retirement in 2009 due to her prolonged absence from the sector. Beyond a few Instagram videos, Erica has essentially become a normal person, a mother, a wife, and someone who has opted out of the rigorous entertainment industry, living the life of a former celebrity. We may assume that she is content with her low-key life as she has not attempted a return to the spotlight or the performing industry. While Erica contributed a young vibrancy to the show as Colleen, the sitcom was truly grounded by Jane Seymour's main performance as Dr. Michaela Quinn, Jane Seymour. Jane Seymour is the picture-perfect embodiment of the iconic character of Dr. Quinn in the hit TV series. She first appeared on screen in 1968, and since then, her career has continued uninterrupted, earning her the affection of Hollywood fans. In the year 2024, she is still very much involved in the entertainment industry, both as an actor and a producer and entrepreneur. Even though she's made a name for herself in the entertainment business, she still finds time to volunteer with various nonprofits. Jane went on to act in a slew of further film and television productions after the series finale on May 16, 1998. Among her many notable roles are her portrayal of Kitty in the 2000 comedy Wedding Crashers and her recurring role as the vivacious and humorous Amanda on the hit TV series Jane the Virgin, which aired from 2000-2001. Her subsequent roles successfully showcased her acting range, proving that she could not be confined to just one sort of part. In her latest film work, Jane has taken on a more varied cast, starring in the comic drama Kominsky Method, now streaming on Netflix, and showcasing her acting chops in the British TV series Harry Wild. Several cartoon characters owe their voices to Jane, who also provided voice acting. The stunning actress has produced several films and TV shows, in addition to her on-screen parts. She chose to become involved in the production process behind the scenes. The fact that Jane was involved in every step of the creative process as a producer demonstrates her passion for creating groundbreaking films. Jane has long been an outspoken supporter of women's empowerment and advancement in all aspects of her life. Her poise and resilience as a mother of four, in addition to her successful professional career, have earned her much admiration. Even though she is in her 70s now, she is a vocal proponent of aging gracefully, challenging ageist stereotypes, and living life to the fullest despite one's chronological age. She exemplifies the importance of accepting aging as a natural part of life and serves as an inspiration to women in their 70s who also want to feel strong and happy. In addition to her many accomplishments in acting, producing, and advocacy, the Superwoman has also found great success as a businesswoman. Her skincare and beauty product brand, the Jane Seymour Collection, promotes the idea that one should embrace their inherent beauty regardless of their age. Open Heart's jewelry brand is Jane's other jewelry brand, and its pieces represent passion, acceptance, love, and acceptance itself. Though it now represents Jane as a brand, the design originally belonged to her mother. Thanks to the prosperity of her two companies, Jane has been able to broaden her influence in the fashion, cosmetics, and jewelry sectors. Because of her generosity and commitment to helping others, Jane is truly a blessing. She has been active in the fields of child welfare, healthcare, and education via her Open Hearts Foundation, which she established. Child Help is an organization that she has collaborated with in her fight against child abuse. In addition to the accolades she has received from the groups, her own foundation is dedicated to assisting the less fortunate and bringing about constructive change in the globe. Her portrayal of Dr. Quinn, which has stood the test of time, has touched the hearts of people worldwide, and she has gone on to become an icon of hope and empowerment. Not only did Jane's performance earn her a Golden Globe, but she also won the hearts of millions of viewers, and her subsequent endeavors only served to further solidify that place. Just as her character, a pioneering female doctor in the 19th century Wild West, shattered barriers, so too does Jane, who remains a major player in Hollywood today. Jim Knobeloch. Jake Slicker, played by Jim Knobeloch, was an integral aspect of the show's depiction of life in Colorado Springs in the 19th century. Having served as the town's barber in the first season, and then its mayor, he portrayed the manipulative protagonist as a multifaceted guy whose moral fiber was bolstered by Dr. Quinn. Jim brought depth to the role of Jake, a complex figure who could have been an enemy but was more recognizable as a human being battling his own frailties and anxieties in a changing world. Jim was a regular cast member throughout the show's 6 seasons and its spin-off films. During this time, he underwent a transformation from a violent, egotistical man to a guy who, despite his flaws, had developed a healthy regard for others in his life, particularly Dr. Quinn. Because of this transformation, the character went from being an enemy to becoming a beloved figure among admirers all around the globe. The fans were pleased to observe Jake's character development, which followed a genuine path. Jim kept busy in Hollywood after Jake Slicker ended, but he sadly never became as famous as his co-stars. His cameo appearances on sitcoms like McCloud's Daughters and The Secret Life of Us were many. Jim has decided to move abroad, which is a big change from his previous cast members. Jim uprooted his life in 2001 and settled in Australia, where he still resides today. Among his forays into Australian cinema and television, he co-starred with Steve Irwin in the 2002 film The Crocodile Hunter: Collision Course. After relocating to Australia, he decided to take on smaller, more autonomous roles, which completely changed his professional trajectory. There was a lot of buzz about Jim's marriage to Beth Sullivan, who created and executive produced Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman. They split up after having 2 children together. The kids stayed with Beth while Jim relocated to Australia. These days, Jim prefers to keep to himself and isn't really involved in the acting scene. However, fans will always remember him for his role as Jake, so he's not completely out of the spotlight. Fans adored Jennifer from her debut appearance until her sad on-screen death, in contrast to Jim, who wasn't always well-liked. Joe Lando. Joe Lando's depiction of the lively Sully on the program made him a fan favorite. He continues to work hard in the entertainment business, just like his female lead, but he prefers a low-key lifestyle outside of work. He continued to be a busy Hollywood actor after the program ended, appearing in a number of films and TV episodes while also pursuing other interests, both professionally and personally. In the years following the show's cancellation, he has been in a number of films and television series, including Meteor Apocalypse and Bloodsuckers, among many more. Additionally, he reunited with leading lady Jane Seymour to reprise his role as Sully in the Dr. Quinn, the Medicine Woman spin-off series and movie. 2 of the spin-offs, Dr. Quinn, The Heart Within, 2001, and Dr. Quinn, Revolutions, 1999, gave fans of the original series the resolution they had been hoping for. Joe had a busy guest acting career in the early 2000s, appearing on shows including Wildfire, The Secret Circle, and NCIS. His strength as an actor was further demonstrated by his performances in these series, which served as a constant reminder of his profession. Many fans still adore him, even if he never achieved the same level of recognition as he did as Sully. They shot a romantic comedy called Friendsgiving in 2022, and their on-screen chemistry and old friendship shone through when he reconnected with his TV love Jane Seymour. In addition to bringing back fond memories, it made fans want the duo to work together again. Even when he's not acting, Joe is a devoted family man. Raising a family and relishing in the benefits of a private lifestyle have taken precedence in his personal life. Those days of his 90s rave fame are long gone. Together with his wife Kirsten Barlow, whom he wed in 1997, they have 4 children. Keeping a good work-life balance has always been essential to Joe, and he has never been shy about sharing how much he loves and values his roles as a husband and father. He shares the character's love of the great outdoors and the simple delights of camping, fishing, and hiking. He may have settled into a more sedate lifestyle, but that hasn't stopped him from staying in touch with his admirers and answering their questions. Sharing anecdotes about his career in Hollywood and his time as Sully at fan gatherings allows him to keep the show's history alive while also satisfying fans' nostalgia. His bonds with his co-stars are deep and unbroken. He keeps in touch with them, exchanges stories with them, and even arranges reunions, much to the joy of their admirers. Joe has recently stated his desire to be considered for future film and television roles. Those who have been following his career have been overjoyed by this development, hoping for the day when they may see him in different parts. Although we are familiar with the stories of these well-known people, there are many others whose lives have remained shrouded in mystery ever since the program aired. Chad Allen. The role of Matthew Cooper, played by Chad Allen, showcases a young man dealing with the challenges of grief, love, and duty. Matthew is the eldest of the Cooper children. He had a successful acting career both during and after his time on the TV show. While Chad used to devote a lot of time and energy to acting, he has since taken a back seat to other interests. Following the conclusion of the TV program in 1998, he chose to further establish his already stellar credentials. Our House and My Two Dads were two of Chad's previous appearances on similarly successful television programs before he joined the cast of the smash hit. Chad exhibited his acting chops in a variety of roles after his stint on Dr. Quinn ended. A close family friend of Chad's captured an intimate moment between Chad and another man in a hot tub in the late 90s, notably around 1996. A publication in the U.S. tabloids then outed Chad as a gay. Instead of letting his outing bring him down, Chad embraced his homosexual identity and became an outspoken supporter of the LGBTQ+ community, all the while keeping his acting and producing jobs. Many of the indie films and TV shows in which Chad appeared in the early 2000s were famous for their discussions of important LGBTQ+ themes. During the height of the debate over sexual orientation as a mental illness, he portrayed a young man in the 2007 film Save Me, in which he was sent to a Christian rehabilitation center to cure his orientation choice. His other advocacy roles include the 2000 film End of the Spear, in which he played a dual role about Christian missionaries in Ecuador. Acting in LGBTQ+ films was a professional and personal decision for him because he wanted to share tales that educated and enlightened people while also connecting with their experiences. In an era when multiple identities were not truly accepted in Hollywood, Chad became an outspoken champion by discussing publicly his life as a homosexual actor. In a video statement on his YouTube channel, Chad announced his intention to retire from acting in 2015. He said he wanted to concentrate on new interests and find a life outside of Hollywood, marking a huge turning point in his life. After thanking his supporters for being there for him during his acting career, he discussed the doors that his work has opened and stressed his desire to find happiness and self-improvement outside of show business. He is determined to find new and better methods to make a difference through his advocacy work. Chad has kept a low profile since leaving Hollywood, concentrating instead on his family and his advocacy efforts. He went on to become a clinical psychologist after deciding to follow his passion for the field. He was able to assist the LGBTQ+ community in a new way, focusing on their mental health and well-being after making this transition. Regardless, he is still quite active in speaking out against cultural pressures and LGBTQ+ mental health concerns, among others. As a professional psychologist, Chad continues to assist people with their mental, emotional health issues. For the show's devoted viewers, he will forever remain Matthew Cooper. Georgeanne Johnson. Georgeanne Johnson is a popular actress with a long career. She starred in the series and played Elizabeth Quinn, the mother of Dr. Quinn. Her portrayal of Elizabeth as a refined and sophisticated woman brought a different edge to the show, showcasing the Boston high society mannerisms, always clashing with her daughter, who chose to live and work as a doctor in the small town of Colorado Springs. Georgeanne's portrayal of Elizabeth also showcased her complexities and the different layers of herself as a grandmother, mother, aristocrat, and the rest. The tension between her character and Jane's also made the show even more interesting, with the strength of their bond despite their differences in understanding. It helped balance the world, bringing a bit of polish to the otherwise rugged Colorado Springs and giving a glimpse into Dr. Quinn's sophisticated past. She had a great acting career that ran for decades before she joined the show, and had already been a familiar face on both television and stage. She was a star in various soap operas, including Another World, and movies like Father Knows Best and The Trials of Rosie O'Neill. She played a wide range of roles both on stage and on camera, showcasing her talent and cementing her status as a reliable, versatile, and respected performer. After the show ended, she continued to act in film and television. She appeared in guest roles on shows like The West Wing and Cold Case. Throughout her career, she was known for her professionalism, adding her personality to her characters, and that earned her the love and admiration of many fans. The beautiful Georgeanne passed away in 2018 at the age of 91, leaving behind a lasting legacy with work that spanned more than 50 years. Her role as Elizabeth Quinn will remain one of the highlights of her fruitful career, especially as fans will remember her as a loving mother and grandma. Jennifer Youngs. The part of Ingrid, played by Jennifer Young, is well known. She is Matthew Cooper's romantic interest. They exhibited a passionate and intense romance, and her death in Season 5 was one of the most emotionally wrenching parts of the program. Her character added both sweetness and sadness to the storyline, and she was vital to Matthew's journey. The character's bond with Matthew touched many viewers, and her depiction of the role brought her many fans. Tragically, Jennifer's character died of rabies during her 3 seasons on the show, 1993-1996, which led to her resignation from the show. Because her connection with Chad Allen, who played Matthew Cooper, was so effortless, viewers were emotionally immersed in their romance, which was a letdown for everyone. Jennifer kept acting after leaving the show, although she didn't exactly keep a low profile in Hollywood. Before the turn of the millennium, she made appearances in a number of films and TV series, but she quickly decided to pursue other interests and took a break from acting. Even though Jennifer dabbled in music and released a solo album, she eventually gave in to the reclusive lifestyle that the rest of the group embraced. She has avoided the spotlight for the most part. In fact, you won't even find her mentioned on Wikipedia. Instead, she has used her time away from the spotlight to focus on her hobbies and interests, away from the scrutiny of the media. William Shockley. In the series, William Shockley portrayed saloon owner Hank Lawson, who seemed to be the town's outlaw due to his work as a brothel runner. Dr. Quinn and Lawson frequently had confrontations, with Quinn criticizing Lawson for his immorality. The persona went beyond being merely stern as the seasons passed. William's character had an early appearance in the show. He frequently voiced his disapproval of Dr. Quinn's opinions and painted a worse picture of the West. William portrayed a role who was both antagonistic and sympathetic, demonstrating that no one is completely good or evil. His character changed, and many witnessed him struggle with his own morals and overcome his criminal background. William did an excellent job of bringing Hank's hidden struggle with alcoholism to light, creating empathy and offering a window into his suffering. This was one of the most compelling plot points. William was already well established in the business when he joined the program, having starred in several hit television series and had minor film appearances. His breakout performance came from his appearance in Dr. Quinn. His career as a musician, producer, and writer didn't stop when the program did. The number of films and television series in which he appeared increased. His varied film credits as a writer and producer attest to his love of telling stories on screen and off. He maintained a busy creative life and seen his career soar beyond television. By juggling all of his roles, He keeps himself in the public eye, and his performance as Hank is still spoken about. Jessica Bowman. After Erica Flores left the program midway through the third season, Jessica Bowman assumed the role of Colleen Cooper. Viewers were captivated by her performance as she effortlessly embraced Colleen's presentations as her own. Her portrayal helped keep the character's emotional depth and ties with her adoptive mother intact, which was surprising to many viewers who weren't fans of the first season. An important aspect of the show, the character development, was her responsibility to guarantee. Jessica, despite being a fan favorite, managed to elevate the character from an inquisitive adolescent to a driven young woman. Due in large part to her connection with Jane Seymour, who portrayed Dr. Quinn, Jessica stayed on the program until its conclusion and even repeated the character in spin-off TV movies. Her acting career did not end with her stint on the show. Joyride, a 2000-2001 adolescent comedy, was one of several films and TV productions in which she featured, despite the fact that her career took a back seat once she left television. But none of these have kept her in the public eye, and she has been rather quiet about acting as of late. After her first triumph, she too decided to live a low-key existence and quit acting. Although she is no longer working as an actress, she will gladly be referred to as Colleen every so often because her performance resonated deeply with viewers. A lot of people thought she did a great job taking over a powerful, significant part midway through the season from another actress. Although some of the actors on Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman, had been in the industry for a while, for the majority of them, the program marked the beginning of their playing careers. Shawn Toovey. Shawn Toovey gained fame as the youngest of the Cooper children, Brian, on the sitcom. Fans were won over by his delicate and thoughtful portrayal. After all, he is a charming, innocent, and kind young man. It was a coming-of-age narrative for Shawn and the kid actor over the course of the 6 seasons, and viewers got to see it all unfold on film. At the age of 9, he made his television debut in 1993, playing the character of Brian in the inaugural episode. One tragic aspect of the story revolved with his relationship with Dr. Quinn, who took him and his 3 siblings in when their mother died. 4 Young Artist Awards for Best Performance by a Young Actor in a Drama Series were among the many awards bestowed to Shawn for his portrayal of Dr. Quinn. He was instrumental to the show's success with his subtle portrayal of Brian. He had cameo appearances in the spin-offs after the show finished, but he quickly departed acting. Prior to devoting more time to his studies and personal life, he did a handful of guest spots on series like The Fire Next Time. Charity work, particularly that which benefits children, is another area in which Shawn has been active. His charitable contributions have gone to groups like the Make-A-Wish Foundation and the Audrey Hepburn Hollywood for Children Foundation. His understanding and compassion reveal that he shares many similarities with Brian Cooper. Though he will always be recognized for his portrayal as Brian Cooper, he eventually opted for a low-key existence away from the spotlight. Although he has left Hollywood behind, he was a standout child performer in the 90s and might have played a number of parts had he stayed. These days, though, he keeps a low profile and avoids the limelight. Brandon Douglas. Brandon Douglas was brought to the program in later seasons and portrayed the role of Andrew Cook. Joining the town of Colorado Springs as Dr. Quinn's colleague, he was a dashing young doctor. Colleen Cooper eventually began to romanticize him. In the show's 5th season debut, he played a haughty young doctor who had trouble adjusting to life in the rural village. His romance with Colleen's character helped shape his own character and the character's development. Brandon has an established acting career from guest spots on hit TV shows before he joined the cast of the series. He appeared in Northern Exposure and the soap series Falcon Crest from 1988 to 1989 before joining the cast of Dr. Quinn. He kept a modest profile in recent years, but he continued acting in cinema and television after the program ended. He has guest appearances on several series and was in a few made-for-TV movies. But this aside, his portrayal of Dr. Andrew Cook is still among his most famous roles, and fans continue to enjoy his work in areas outside of Hollywood. Gail Strickland. The part of Olive Davis, Dr. Quinn's close friend, was brilliantly played by the seasoned actress Gail Strickland. She embodied the tenacity of women everywhere who face the dual burdens of being a company owner and a mother. Gail did a fantastic job embodying her role, who was one of the rare women to have an authoritative position. She had a strong bond with Dr. Quinn, and a rocky one with her brother, all while working in a male-dominated industry. Her character departed Colorado Springs following the death of her fiancé, ending her brief tenure on the program, which ended after the first season. She had already made her mark in Hollywood before she appeared on Dr. Quinn. Gail enjoyed playing female characters that were fierce and determined, and she had done so in a number of films and TV series. Even though her subsequent parts failed to resonate with American audiences, she maintained a modest Hollywood career after her stint on the program ended. She is officially retired, but her legacy will live on in the hearts of her devoted followers. Suddenly, he went from being a fan favorite to a hater of the show. In your opinion, how have you seen the actors from the program evolve throughout the years? Please tell us in the space provided. I appreciate you tuning in. Press play on the video you're seeing to see more riveting content. To ensure you are alerted whenever a new video is uploaded, please like, subscribe, and click the bell icon.